Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our RV. My name is Alecia Renece, and I am a singer-songwriter from the DMV area, and I'm actually traveling full-time in our RV with my husband. And so, excuse me, back at home we had a makeshift studio where one of the rooms we used was for recording music or for my husband's, business voiceover. So this behind me is our actual setup, or my actual setup for recording music, and I just want to show you guys how I set it up. So one thing I want to say is because we're in an RV, it's a compact space. It's like this metal box. So after a certain time, it's also summer, it's August, and we're in Texas. So going towards the south, it gets hotter earlier in the day. So that would mean that I would have to get up earlier to record music so that I'm not burning up, I'm not sweating, or I can just suffer through it, I guess. But also, I don't want to hear people on the outside because we stay in RV parks sometimes, most times. And then people get up and they're living and they're just making noise or cutting the grass or just, having conversations. So if I want to record music, my best bet is to either get up early or I guess stay up really late at night. Now, I haven't really been getting up early to record music. Last month or a few weeks ago, we were in Missouri and it was cooler there and we were in the shade. So I could just record in the middle of the day. And it was kind of tucked away from people, so it wasn't too much noise. But we're in Texas now. We're actually in Whitney, Texas? No. Where are we at?
Glen Rose.
Glen Rose, Texas. And it's about an hour away from Fort Worth and Dallas and like 2 hours away from Austin. And it's really, really hot here. Yesterday it rained, so it's a little cooler, but now the humidity is starting to pick up and I'm actually starting to sweat now. So anyway, so that's the point. Like, you want to get up early and record music in your RV because everybody's asleep and it's cooler and you don't need the air conditioning. And once this air conditioning comes on, let me let y'all listen to it. So this is low. That's low. And that's high. And even if I wanted to just like run the fan, this is low. And that's high. So yeah, so you don't want to record music while you're doing that because it's going to pick up in everything you're doing. So yeah, so unless you want to suffer through it and sweat, then your best bet is to get up early. All right, so let's move on to the actual setup. Yay! So because we're in a tight space, as I'm bumping into everything, we actually put the stool tucked away. So we use things that we can like fold up and put away. Like, they're not always here. The TV is always here because we use that TV for different stuff, and for like viewing things or whatever, movies with the computer. But for the seat, we got this stool I think from Walmart for the cheaps, and we can just like fold it up, and once I find the button, whatever, it folds up and you could tuck it behind anything. So basically everything in our RV we want to have multiple uses for, and so my husband also uses this when he wants to do like voice recording and he goes in the back room or something. So it's it's easy to use and it's pretty it helps you save space is my point. Okay, so here's the stool. We have the MIDI keyboard, that's just for like production and stuff like that, and that's always here for the most part. We also have the keyboard, the regular computer setup. Then we have the two monitors. Right? Am I saying that right? Ooh, monitors. Yeah, we use it again for watching movies and stuff like that, but also for music, to hear it and to play it. So this is a mic stand and a mic. And so when I'm not using a mic, I tuck it away. I put it back in the box that it came in. Sorry, this is the box that it came in. And I can tuck it away under the computer. And the cords and everything I wrap up and put it back, or my husband wraps up and put it back. And this is a pop filter for the microphone. And when I'm recording into the microphone, and it helps you. Pop filters are basically for like to help lower the sound of like the p sound or like the b sound, or I guess wind from your breath too. Like it just helps that it's not so aggressive. I don't know. I'm not really technical at this stuff. I don't really know the technical words for it, but you can hear the difference. And so when you use it, when you don't use it, because this is just like it gets everything, right? If the filter's not up, but when it's down, it actually moves you a little bit away from the mic and also helps you not sound so aggressive with your P's and your B's. So I can take this off. This is removable. And the mic stand, I can actually break down also, and we tuck it up into, like, we have a Class C RV, so we tuck it up in the overhead part. So yeah, so everything here is like breakdownable. Everything here is like, it's easy to set up, easy to set down. It's kind of a nuisance, like, to set it up and break it down, because who wants to do that after you put in work and stuff like that? Or when you're really inspired and you want to record music, it's like, dang, I gotta put all this stuff up first. But I mean, you know, it helps get the job done. And it, like I said, it's really easy to break down and put up. When we were in our apartment, we actually had this up all the time. So, you know, we didn't really have to break it down or anything, but I'm glad that it's really easy and simple to set up. For the actual software I use for recording music and stuff like that, I use FL Studios. What version is that, baby? I don't know. Whatever the new version is, I think we got that. So we recently upgraded because we were using an older version of it, and it worked fine. Like, whatever, it got the job done. And this setup just looks a little bit different. So yeah. So also, if we are stuck somewhere without power, without, you know, plug-ups or whatever, hookups, sorry, like electricity and stuff, we can use the solar panel system that we have. And basically, just a real quick description. The way we get solar power, there are solar panels on top of the RV. They come down through the ceiling down to the charge controller. And the charge controller stops the batteries from, like, overcharging or whatever. And so this stays as like a power bank. And so when we are like boondocking or dry camping or camping without hookups or whatever, we can just plug our computer into our inverter. And that inverter comes from, it changes the power from the batteries. I'm trying to put this in layman's terms. Takes the power and the energy from the batteries and puts it into something you can actually like plug up and use. That's basically it. It's really simple. Of course, there are really difficult and extravagant words you can use, and I'm not an engineer nor am I an electrician, but basically that's just how it works. And so then it has plugs here, so we can plug up like a power strip. I don't know if y'all can see that, sorry, my little Fitbit is plugged into that, but it plugs into a power strip, and you can plug the computer into the power strip, and then you have power to record. And so the great thing about this is that the mic uses the power from this, like these things don't necessarily need individual power, right? So what is this? This is a, what is it, baby? Audio interface. And the mic connects to this, which is connected to the computer. And the mic is, of course, how I record stuff into the computer, like record tracks. So yeah, I think this is the basic setup. And of course I have earphones, sorry. These earphones are not plugged in right now. Oh yes, they are, I lied. They're plugged into the audio interface, and so I can hear in my headphones what I'm doing in the mic and what I've recorded and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Is there anything else I've forgotten? We hold everything down with gaff tape. My husband's obsessed with this stuff. It's like, it's changed his life apparently, because he puts it on everything, and it keeps everything in the same place. Like the TV hasn't fallen or anything like that when we travel. Yeah, so we also have a what do you call this, like a memory, what's it called?
Hard drive.
A hard drive. A hard drive, and it has all the files and stuff on it that we use, all the musical stuff. Yeah, and so yeah, so it's hot now. I'm starting to sweat. But earlier in the morning, I could have recorded some music, or I guess I could record now too, but and just be sweaty, which is what I've done too, even in our apartment, because we didn't have air conditioning in one room. But anyway, so you can do that and be off the grid, on the grid, whatever, and still record music, and still make music. And so my goal is to make more music. We're actually going to Colorado next month, so it should be cooler, or no, at the end of the week, so it should be cooler there, and so I should be able to make more music in the daytime, and you know, not have to get up so early. Because if you're a singer, you understand in the morning your voice is not at its best. Or I guess even voice actor, right? You're like, in the morning, your voice is not at its best. It's not warmed up. You haven't really spoken. You haven't like done your warm-ups or whatever. And I mean, you can do your warm-ups early in the morning, but I don't know. There's something about like morning voice that's different than like afternoon voice. And so I'm really excited to be able to use that when we go to Colorado. So yeah, so this has been my setup for recording music while living in an RV full time. And the great thing about this is that while we have a computer, like you can also get a laptop and do the same thing. And a laptop would probably be better for you. We're actually trying to get a laptop because it requires less power. We can just charge it and then use it. And so the great thing about that is that you can carry it from one place to another. Like right now it'd be kind of difficult to carry our computer back and forth into a house if we stay in a house. But yeah, for right now, this was work for us. This is what works for us. And I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, you guys, so I wanted to show you how I break down everything when I'm done recording to create more space, because as I told you, we live in an RV, and so space is limited. Space is limited. Anything can become a tripping hazard or a fire hazard or just, like I said, a nuisance. So here we go. So like I said, the stool, if I could find that button, that'd be great. Okay, here it is. So this like silver button on the side goes in. You see it? Hold on. And then, so it goes in. I'm gonna turn it this side. Oof. And you pull it and close it. That was a struggle, but yeah. It's usually more simple than this, guys. I'm just struggling. And then what we do is we tuck it behind the computer. Instant space. Then we could take off the pop filter. All it is just like a screw, and it tightens to the bar. So my husband might kill me because he has his way of putting things away. But anyway, so put this under here. Instant space. Then the same thing for the mic. Again, my husband has his ways of, I don't know what he did, but oh, he did this. So first I would unplug this, let it sit here. Even he now is trying to like help me do this right now. So yes, so squeeze it to release it and pull it out, right? I don't know if this is the right way to handle a mic, but then put the mic in here in its place. And then this actually, okay, so, all right, y'all, we had to change the battery, whatever. So then you take this actually unscrews this way, so you can figure out how to, where you want your mics positioned. And then you can unscrew it off. And I think this came with the mic. So there's actually a space for it in the box. So I'll show you guys. So this came off, then we put it in the box like this, and we close up the box. You can tell I'm out of practice. And then we just put it underneath, wrong way, underneath the computer. Okay, and then this, I'll save this for last. Okay, within the stand, you can actually just fold it up and it unscrews into something smaller. It like folds. I guess you can move it up as much as you want, but so then you have this. This is your mic stand, and we just tuck it behind. For other stuff, don't judge us. You tuck it behind here. And then, last but not least, we have this, what do you call it? Plug. So my husband says there is a way to do this. I just let him do it, but for you guys out there and for myself, I gotta figure out it too. Oops, I practiced it. So apparently he was saying that all wires are twisted inside. Is that true, baby? Okay, so all cables are twisted inside. And so what you could do, I'm just going to show you this for the sake of showing you. He was saying twist it. And so if it was longer, then it would just keep twisting, right? And just twist it and twist it until eventually you have the whole wire, you know, twisted up together. And then what he likes to do is use twist ties. And then like these little twist ties that you can find like on bread. Like this kind of stuff. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay. So you can then if this was a whole thing twisted together, you would just twist tie it together. And so what does this help, baby? It helps it not short and stuff like that.
Just keeps it organized.
Keeps it organized. He's organized. All right, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the master.
Please don't say that.
Master wrapper of cords and cables.
Please don't say that. Yeah, there are different ways to wrap cables. And so for XLR cables, which are these, they're standard microphone cables. What you do is you twist one way, so it creates a loop, and then you wrap it the other way.
Oh.
Twist one way, and you wrap it the other way.
I wouldn't even doing it like that, so there y'all go.
And then I just clip them together again to keep them organized. And I've heard it's supposed to help protect the contacts of the microphone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which is where you get your sound and stuff like that.
And then here's a twist tie. Yay! Thank you, baby. So I hope that was helpful, y'all. So we would twist it like that. And yeah, and then basically the headphones, again, they can go under here as well. But that's it. And then now we have walking space, or kind of. We got to clean up a little bit, but yeah. So that's basically the breakdown of our DIY studio in our RV. So I hope this was helpful. What I'll try to do is put some links to some stuff that we use, because I can't really vouch for anything that I haven't used. Nor can my husband. So we'll share what we actually use, like the actual what's this called again, baby? Audio interface. The mics that we use, maybe the monitors. I don't know if you know where they're from. Some of the stuff is like older, so it's like it's probably outdated or whatever, but we'll still share it because it might be cheaper now that it's older. So yeah. So it doesn't take much to build a DIY studio, especially on the road, in the RV. And if this was in someone's house, it'd be even easier. So yeah, so I hope this was helpful. Oh, also, I failed to mention, we also have treatments on the ceiling. If you know anything about audio, even if you don't know anything about audio, when you go to like a Coliseum, right, and you would say something, the littlest thing echoes throughout the whole place, right? In your house, you might be able to hear your own echo in a room if it's like bare walls or something, like, because the sound is bouncing off the walls. And so what my husband has tried to do, some of it has fallen, but it still works, is like put foam on the walls and the ceiling so that it kind of deadens the sound. Oh, that makes sense. So basically, like, so your sound's not bouncing off the walls, it's being absorbed, so it's like dead. There's like little to no reverb, if that makes sense. So yeah, so you can also do this in your own room. When we were back living with my mother, we did we had, what is it, blankets. My husband put blankets up in the room to absorb the sound. So you don't need all the fancy stuff that you think you do just to make music. You can actually just do it yourself. Cloth, I'm sure there are certain types of cloth, maybe, I don't know, that are good absorbers of sound. Is that like a word? But that absorb sound really well. And we also have like cloth in here anyway. So yeah, so it's not so, the sound's not bad. And I'm sitting really close to the mic, so I don't really know how that, works. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's really hot. Like I said, we're in Texas. And yeah, I guess it's good to start the day now. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful. like I said, if you have any questions, just leave a comment. Feel free to message me, whatever. And I'll be sure to share what we used in our own home studio for you guys, just starting out. All right? So talk to you later. Bye. For real this time. Bye.